today's guitar tip, we're going to study some cool voice leading approaches to 2-5-1s using minor ninth and dominant seventh voicings with both sharp 5s and sharp 9 extensions. For the first part of the tutorial, we're going to learn how to play the chords in the key of C major, and then secondly, I'm going to show you people how you can transpose them so you can incorporate them into other areas of your chordal playing. So let's grab your guitars, get tuned up, let's get into it, people. Okay, so our first voicing we've got here is our D minor 9. So we've got our second finger on the 7th fret on the D string, our fourth finger on the 9th fret on the G, first finger goes on the 6th fret on the B string, and then our third fingers are on the 7th fret on the E there. Okay, so really lovely voicing here. To get to our first G7 sharp 5 sharp 9, we are just taking our fourth finger, placing it on the 9th fret there on the B. We've got our third finger on the D sharp here on the 8th fret on the G string, and then our first finger, okay, is playing across the 6th fret here. Another way you can think of this G7 sharp 5 sharp 9 inversion is as a B Lydian major 7 sharp 11 voicing here. So from this position here, we're then voice leading into our C major 7 here. So we've just slid that one fret with our fourth finger, which is on the 10th, third finger's on the 9th, second finger's on the 8th, first finger's on the 7th there. So recapping those voicings, we've got D minor 9 here, G7 sharp 5 sharp 9 here, and then into our C major 7 voicing here. So to connect to our next 2-5-1, we're just going up this C major 7 arpeggio, which is our second finger on the 10th, first finger on the 9th, third finger on the 12th on the G and B, and then our fourth finger playing the C on the 13th fret. So, okay, into this D minor 9 voicing, which is our first finger across the bottom 4 strings on the 10th fret, just like that, and our third finger in on the E, okay, and then from here we're just sliding our first finger back 1 fret into this shape. We've got our first finger on the 9th, second finger laid flat across the G, B and E strings in the 10th fret, and then our third finger is on the B flat, E flat, or B flat, D sharp, okay, on the 11th frets there. So the reason why our second finger is laid flat here is so we can really easily move from that sharp 5 sharp 9 to that straight G7 with the 9th on top, or just G9 there. So going from our D minor 9, slide our first finger back, flatten out, second finger out, place our third finger across the bottom 2 strings. Okay, that gives us our movement from our sharp 5 sharp 9 into the 9th there, and then we just come back to make this nice simple C major 7 voice, which is our first finger on the 10th fret, third finger on the bottom 3 strings on the 12th fret there. For the second part of this video, once you're comfortable playing through the 2-5-1 progressions like that, we're then going to look at how, firstly, to transpose them, and then ways you can get creative with these voicings. So with this D minor 9, let's firstly look at the transposition of this voicing. Whenever I'm looking to use this voicing in a minor ninth context, I'm always looking for my second finger above the root note there. Okay, so the second finger is directly above the root note of D, right there. So if I want to play this chord in E, just make sure my second finger is directly above the E note there, or C sharp, here, so on and so forth. So that's with this D minor 9 voicing, how you can get into transposing it. For our G7 sharp 5 sharp 9, I've always looked at this one, excuse me, as right next to our G here, so it's a major third below the root note here. So whenever you're looking to transpose it, for example, you want to play it in E, you would place your fourth finger a major third up from the E there, or F here with our root note there, F sharp, so on and so forth to get that altered dominant sound. Now, when we move on to our minor 9 here, really straightforward. We've got our root note on top, so the first finger is directly in line with the D in the bass here. And then same again with our altered dominant. Okay, it's just an inversion of that G7 sharp 5 sharp 9. Okay, the first finger is right next to the G here. So it was, in this setting it was here, in this one, it's right there. So you can see how these two voicings are nice and closely linked. So the next part, once you're comfortable in understanding how to transpose these voicings into different keys and different positions across your fretboard, is playing around with how to connect the two different voicings within the two 2-5-1s. So for example, you might play around with the minor 9s where it's like, where you just jump between them like that, or you might start up here and go, work your way through that, for example. You might go, and then up to this major 7 there. So there's a few different options, and that's half the fun. Once you start getting voicings like this, you can start playing around with it in all your progressions or your standards and starting to express yourself with your use of these really cool sounding chord shapes. So if you appreciate the content of today's tutorial, people, hit those like and subscribe buttons to show your support, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. Even just a simple thumbs up helps to boost the channel in the YouTube algorithm and lets me know that you're enjoying the content that I'm putting together for you people out there. Also, don't forget to check out the High Point Music Guitar Fundamentals program. Either yourself or someone you know might be interested in checking it out. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel and help with the production and running costs of our videos here, you can do so by signing up on Patreon. Enjoy putting this one together, people, practicing it up, getting it under your fingers. My name is Ryan Wyatt. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.